The FiiO FW5 are triple driver true wireless earbuds and they sound really nice, but there are certainly some things that FiiO could have improved on. Hey guys, we have the FiiO FW5 earbuds with us today, and it's a pretty interesting product at a good price point. Before we get into the review, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on upcoming videos. Let's talk design first, starting with what comes in the box. You get the earbuds and case, of course, but FiiO also provides you with two options of ear tips. One is their own HS18 tips, which is supposed to be the vocal tips, while you get balanced ear tips in S, M and L sizes. We'll talk about it more in a bit, but aside from that, you also get a charging cable and two cleaning accessories. One that's simply a brush, and one that has a magnetic end as well as a pointed end. And that's about it. But I am a fan of brands providing cleaning accessories, especially when the ear tips provided don't come with a wax filter. As for the case, it unfortunately does feel plasticky and the hinge does feel a bit cheap. The case is also relatively bulky and I did feel like it created quite a bulge in my jeans pocket. There are 4 LED lights in front to show case battery level and indicate charging, along with a USB-C port on the rear. No wireless charging here, which is a shame. The earbuds themselves do look quite nice. They are made of plastic, but it doesn't look cheap. Being that this is a 2 BA and 1 dynamic driver unit, it is on the larger side and there is a vent near the nozzle, although it's not very noticeable. The design of the faceplate is pretty nice and it does resemble the FD5 and FD7 with metal grills in between the lines. The earbuds also have a white LED light at the bottom to indicate pairing and connection status. Inside the earbuds, you get a lot of stuff. 2 balanced armature drivers and a dynamic driver like I mentioned, but you also get the AK4332 DAC and the Qualcomm QCC5141 chip, which supports Bluetooth 5.2 as well as Snapdragon sound. So if you have a phone that supports it, you could get up to 96 kHz 24-bit. Instead of touch controls, FiiO has gone with 2 physical buttons on each side for a total of 4 buttons that all do different things. The primary buttons are the ones without the raised dot, and on the left and right side, that primary button controls play-pause with a single press, pulls up the voice assistant with a double press, and long pressing for different amounts of time results in the earbuds turning off, on, or declining calls. For the secondary buttons, a single press on the left side lowers the volume, while a double press skips tracks backwards. On the right side, a single press raises the volume while a double press skips tracks forwards. Unfortunately, there is no control customization here, but I would still recommend downloading the FiiO Control app. One big issue that I have to note here is that for iPhone users, you might have some problems as there seems to be a bug where the app simply will not let you connect to the earbuds, even if the earbuds are connected to your phone and playing music. I've tried it, this is what it looks like. It just connects and disconnects constantly. There is no such problem when using an Android phone. In the app, you get firmware updates, a battery protection mode which caps charging to 85%, a game mode which lowers latency, and when you enter the music tab at the bottom, man, you get so much stuff here. A low pass filter, channel balance, individual controls for how loud your earbuds are, how loud voice prompts or tones are, and how loud calls are. Very nice. What's even nicer is the fact that we can long press on the graphic EQ to get a parametric EQ for 32Hz, 64Hz, 125, 250, 500, 1 kHz, 2 kHz, 4, 8, and 16 kHz. There's even a slider here to adjust the gain and Q, which is definitely not something that you see very often with true wireless earbuds, or at all, really. I am running on V1.26, and what you see on your app might be different depending on version and all, but this is what I have. There are also EQ presets, so there's Pop, Classical, Harman Curve, which is nice, and 3 custom EQ slots for you to do whatever you want. Sky's the limit here. Additionally, on the main menu, you can choose which Bluetooth codecs you want to be used. say I don't want AAC or LHDC, I can uncheck those boxes and the earbuds will be forced to use either SBC, aptX or aptX adaptive. I'm guessing SBC can't be unchecked because it's the base codec that the earbuds will default to if none of the others are available, but yeah. There is no ANC here, which is a pretty big bummer. With the stock tips, I did find a lot of external noise seeping in, although it was remedied by switching to the balanced tips. FiiO said on their website that they didn't focus on ANC for these earbuds because they focused on bringing the best possible sound quality and, well, we'll talk about that later. Also, no ambient mode. I did go through the guide on the app and it did say that for the right primary button, a double press would toggle between leak through or ambient mode and normal, but a double press just pulls up the voice assistant for me, so yeah. So another quick reminder on connectivity. These run on Bluetooth 5.2 with SBC, AAC, aptX, aptX adaptive and LHDC available. I have heard that FiiO plans to make LDAC available in the future, but as always, don't make purchase decisions based on what brands promise to make available in the future, because it might not always come true. As for multipoint, there is supposed to be multipoint in the 1.26 update, but I don't see it anywhere in the app, and apparently there is some super convoluted process to get it to work, according to this post that I saw on FiiO. I tried it, first connecting to an Android phone and then to my iPhone, but nope, didn't work. Anyway, it might work for some people. If it does, then great. Just doesn't work for me. And I think that's the biggest problem with these earbuds. Just the inconsistency of the software. FiiO has done a great job with the hardware and sound, which we'll talk about in just a bit, but the software is lacking and really needs more work. Mic quality is alright. You get two CVC microphones on either side and they do a pretty decent job at cancelling out background noise. Okay, onto sound. Let me save you some time here if you don't want to sit through everything. These sound really incredible for the price. First off, you do need a bit of burn-in here. Whether you agree with it or not, I personally think the sound opens up slightly after a good amount of use, so yeah. Just generally, the sound is rich and full, and I would say slightly V-shaped with a bit of a boost in the bass and treble. There is a touch of warmth in the low end, with plenty of rumble and body to the bass. It does hit hard, and the attack is quite quick. Nothing too major. Instruments are nicely separated, vocals do get a bit of a push forward, which I like, and overall, relatively clean, natural sounding mids here. The BA driver does a good job when it comes to the treble with enough energy and openness, although I think the soundstage does help in this regard. And speaking of the soundstage, wow. It's incredibly open and wide for a true wireless earbud at this price point. Separation and imaging is good, but can get a bit messy if there are too many instruments. This is rarely the case though, unless you make it a point to listen to very complex pieces. For pop and rock, perfectly fine. So, who's this for? I would say for people who have been buying earbuds in the $100 to $200 range and want something that's a definite step up in sound quality, this is what you should be looking at. But if you need ANC, this doesn't have it, and you might need to look at something else. But just for sound quality, this is probably one of the best options at the $150 US or 227 Singapore dollar range. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the FiiO FW5. If you guys have any comments or questions, leave them down below. Don't forget to subscribe to us and like this video. Till next one, see you guys!